Then you get mornings like this where it's just, yeah, everything's, I don't know, it takes me a little bit to get rolling in the morning. I'm up and definitely aware and know what's going on and everything, but well, my mood I realize that I'm a little bit gripey, or well, not gripey. I just really wake up in a bad mood, and I don't understand it. I do realize it. I'm on top of it. But boy, my opinion, yeah, that's really what it is. My filters are all just have not been installed yet properly. Look at that power plant right there. I'll set it right over here. You set over against the bank right over here and hold up for traffic. Let me zoom in, show. But the way the sun was coming up one morning and the shadows, that power plant, that's an old power plant right here, Grand Tire area. But you see those stacks and they line up. That one right there, it's kind of black tip. It's kind of hard to see. Like I said, you got to be at the right angle. But they look like three crosses, with that one being, the one on the right there being the tallest. But they've got, that you can see it's made by some, whatever, I can't tell, but it's something part of those stacks. Anyway, but once it was a Sunday morning, I've had some cool experiences on this upper between Cairo and St. Louis for Sunday morning, and some of those will get your attention wow moments. Slow down a little bit. I've got the southbounder coming right there. Blessy boat. Who is that? Steve Scalise coming down. Anyway, holding up for traffic, and you can see it kind of lines up. You can see as I come up river a little bit more, but I was about another at least half mile up ahead of where I am right now. And with sunrise, or yeah, it was sunrise. Anyway, it looked like three crosses on a hill. It was really kind of neat. It was really kind of neat. I thought I'd share that. There's the River Strange. I was way off on, well, I thought the Ohio was going to be putting out from all that stuff out of West Virginia, but that rise is hitting within the next few days. It'll start hitting. It just wasn't there yet. The water wasn't the Cairo yet, and this upper has been up and it was falling out. But I was off on. Basically, I was assuming that this upper was going to be real slack water, and the Ohio was going to be putting out, and it was the opposite. So, to my great surprise, we slowed way down instead of speeding up. I was figuring we were going to speed up maybe a couple of miles an hour, and instead we slowed down. And you see, this is, people always wonder about when traffic, this boat's coming down around the turn here. I don't know, brighten it up. River comes down, he's right here, and it's just one way traffic wide basically right in through here. So I have to hold up for him so he get down through there, which he is now. And this is a normal hold up spot for this area. But we don't anchor, we don't carry anchors on the boat. I mean, I know, technically yes, in some of the anchor fleets in some of the towns there are anchors, and we hang off on, we would technically be at anchor if we were tied off on one of those. But for the most part, we just cut throttle and just kind of tread water. You get straight with the current, and usually, if you're holding up for southbounders, it's kind of, there are general areas that are, that's where you hold up. And this is one of them right here, and it's slacker over here, the water's slack. So I've got the engines cut back, as you can see. I've got them, throttled back. So we're just kind of idling, and I'm just easing up the river, until until I get up to where either I need to stop completely, or the boat has already cleared, which he's clearing us. And I've explained before on the electronics, this is radar, so this is what I'm seeing. This is for sure that's but you have to understand what you're seeing there, and it's really not much to it. Within a half a day, or 3 days, of watching videos, you can qualify for a certificate that says you know what you're doing when you're looking at that, or you know what you're seeing. Anyway, ramble. And this is our Rose Point, is the type of software, the company, I guess, Rose Point, and this is our electronic charting. And they're pretty neat. I mean, it's busted down. I mean, I can zoom it down. That's you know, you can zoom it in and out, up and down the river. Other boats have, we pick up their transponders. AIS is what it is, and it you know, they we know where they're at and their speed and all that stuff, and vice versa than they were ours. You can see those how the crosses are lining up just as I keep moving up a little bit. I'm not really probably, ain't gonna get much better than that, but you can see even that one as I pull around, that one on the right, it actually kind of looks like a cross, and the two lower. Anyway, it was a really neat sight. It was a Sunday morning, you know. I'd been on the river for probably about 3 weeks and was thinking about, you know, family, home, and all that stuff. And then, you know, cool stuff like that. Call it coincidence, call it faith, call it whatever you want, but it was neat. It was neat. I mean, even if you didn't know that those looked like crosses and, you know, had something like that in your mind, it was a really pretty scene with the river and then the sun. It's just a gloomy morning. It's just a gloomy, it's real humid. It's really actually nice out. The temperature's probably in the mid-70s. This morning, I imagine it'll heat up this afternoon. Well, Wittenberg area. Wittenberg, I guess that would be Missouri. I don't know. They've got spots between here and Cairo where there's islands that are on one side of the river that are actually, yeah. Anyway. And this is known area that's not very, there's a kind of dead area in through here, especially for like radios. It's weird. I mean, it is weird. I'll be right in here and I may not be able to talk to a boat that is just out of visual sight down through there at all. Now the boats upriver will be able to talk back and forth, but right in here it's kind of dead. But then it's weird. I've sat in here holding up for traffic in the morning and got a strange broadcast on channel 16, the Coast Guard station, and be picking up Coast Guard in Galveston, Texas. You know, we're middle Missouri. It's a weird radio area. Anyway, the boat's clearing. Now I can Brittany Lee, Steve Scalise, safe trip on down there, Skipper. I had radio turned down. Sorry if you hollered.
Yeah, no problem, man. Y'all have a good one on and PB Shaw will be the next one back. They're maybe around 20 miles behind.
Okay, I think X-Time boat or something coming up. All right, safe trip on down there. Brittany Lee, getting back on the way northbound here, Wittenberg, Santa Monica. And that's that. He's clear. See, I mean, there's plenty of room right here. It's a good spot. That's why it's a good spot for meeting. But, you know, you don't get up around the turn with them. Anyway, now we'll get back underway. And really, I didn't have to log it down. I just had to slow down for a little bit and give him time. And that's the deal. Instead of getting around, wallering around, holding completely still, you know, if you can kind of time it. We have predictors on here. It matches. You know, it has calculations of his speed and our speed, and keeps the moving as the variables change. It shows our meeting point. You know, we constantly get updates on that. But it all, you know, the thing of it is that meeting point changes constantly because our speed changes constantly, and so we can adjust on that. Oh, it's going to be a cool shot. It'll be a cool shot. It's going to be a cool morning shot. That'd be pretty neat. Yeah, you see how it is. I think as I get closer, as I get closer up, they had oh yeah, you see how it is, like 3 crosses house is right there. Steve Scalise. They're very cool. Pretty morning. It is gorgeous around this area. They got back here at Grand Tower, that's a known like RV, I don't know what they call it. It's a destination. It's state park, I think, but it's Illinois side. But then there's Grand Tower on the Illinois side, but then Tower Rock is the big rock in the middle of the river, well off to the Missouri bank, kind of, but back there. But it's a really pretty area. It's really a pretty area right through here. But it's strange, the dead radio area and all that. I've got video. We saved a sailboat on that Gregory David. Well, I just stopped. The guys actually went and rescued a elderly man and his cat aboard a very, very nice, I think it was a sailboat, big, you know, yacht type deal. They're lining up. But that was down there right below City Front one night on the Gregory David. We were running up through there, and that was kind of crazy. We dealing with Coast Guard, and his family were, you know, talking to Coast Guard. Coast Guard was talking to us, and anyway, he was freaked out. So Jason and the chief went over there, the mate and the chief went over there, rescued him. Rescued the cat, and of course I posted the video describing it and said the title of the, you know, because the cat and the old man, I said mate and chief rescue wet pussy from river, so I don't remember, you know. Yeah, anyway, look at that. It's really neat. This is, and it's about right in here. It's about where you would hold up. You know, the very, you know, getting up here waiting. Yeah, look. And then the background, it was like the sun. Well, it had to have been sunrise, obviously, because the sun was coming up, and it's the east, looking east, as it is this morning. But you can't see it because everything's covered in, you know, clouds. But that was it right there. That was actually it. Yeah, it was a Sunday morning and missing family on the river and all that. Like I say, call it fate. Call it coincidence. It was cool. And we were rolling. Well, we really didn't lose much time there. Slowed up a little bit. Give me time to get a little coffee going. And see, my mood's already better. When I start a video, this video actually, gee, 13 and a half minutes ago, I was in a very kind of foul mood, and I was trying to explain it on video. But you've listened to me actually have a morning where I kind of see this looks like 3 crosses. I just have to, my brain has to fire just enough of the memory banks to get cranked up for me to realize how fortunate I am to see stuff like this. On a Monday morning, y'all. On a Monday morning. See, I brought myself around in a good mood on a Monday morning. Lead by example.